People are starting to have conversations about where they find themselves in the process of understanding their identity and how that identity is attached to other people's consciousness. We're learning to begin to remove the stain of colonialism, remove the stain of forced migration, remove the silence of that memory that was deeply nurtured and embedded within our longer cultural values, and re-invite that relationship to our past in a way that isn't embraced through trauma but transformation. For me, it's in the dialogue, it's in confronting these questions that I've had for a long time, and just holding space for each individual to marinate on those things and to begin to understand when we remove ourselves from the social construct of race and see each other as humans, there is a shame that comes with the reality of confronting a time period where their relatives were lost or stolen or captured and sent to a foreign land. I think there's no one way to feel about it. Personally, I feel that just because of my understanding of history, there's a unique awareness that there was some complicit response to what was going on in Africa. What I do think is interesting is that we assign shame to ourselves about things that our ancestors did or experienced, whether they were right or wrong, but people who were slave owners and the descendants of slave owners don't assign that shame to themselves at all. Why they should be aware and conscious of how the decisions their ancestors made 150 years ago plus still impact the psychology of people who are having a certain type of experience in this nation that we didn't come to voluntarily. To create a cycle of that numbing is creating a disassociation from those feelings of grief, trauma, and the truth of what's happening. I think the biggest loss is that because we don't have our ancestors here to tell us, is that we will never truly know the details of how we ended up here. I think that's why a lot of people go back to Africa in various ways, because they want to reconnect with the feeling of belonging, the feeling of autonomy, agency, community, and the feelings of being able to exist in a world where you're not persecuted for how you look and what you believe and how you express your beliefs. I started to feel like we were willing to see each other as real community in that moment. We protect each other, and there's really no boundary on the level of healing that we can experience.